This is Dan Meyer with RCR Wireless News, and I'm speaking with Glenn Laxdal from Ericsson to talk a bit about what's happening here at the CCA Mobile Carrier Show. So Glenn, thanks for joining us, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it as well, thank you.
So I know one topic I want to talk with you a little bit about was, it seems like at this point that a lot of these small rural guys are having to make a lot of decisions when it comes to network evolution. Obviously a lot of acronyms are being thrown at them at this time, whether it's 5G, IoT, LTE, all the different ones that are out there. And I was hoping to get from you, maybe laying out a bit of a time frame that these guys should be looking at in terms of what they should be, what should be on their list of, do this, do this, do this, as they kind of make this evolution towards what's going to be a whole new network scheme.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great question. I think that's exactly what operators are looking at. There's a range of new technologies and technology acronyms out there that small operators as well as big operators can take advantage of, starting with LTE. So many of these small carriers are just in the process of deploying LTE. I think we started to deploy LTE networks in the 2010 timeframe, so we're now 5 years, a little bit more than 5 years into the very initial LTE deployments, and many of the rural carriers are deep into their LTE deployments right now. And what we're encouraging rural operators to do is complete the LTE build out, increase the capacity on the LTE network, and then start to look at other technologies that we're able to take advantage of to allow operators to keep up with high growth and data traffic across their network, like network function virtualization, software-defined networking to virtualize the network core, reduce the cost of the capacity running across the network core, and improve the agility to launch new services on that network core. And again, that doesn't have to happen day one. Operators might think about launching new IoT-based thin applications using a virtualized network core to enable those applications. Beyond that, we're starting to make some changes in the LTE network to enable Internet of Things. So technologies like LTE Category M and narrowband LTE will let us introduce devices onto the network that have much longer battery life and can last in the network for long periods of time to take advantage of Internet of Things applications like connected wind turbines and connected oil pump facilities and oil rigs and so on. And then beyond narrowband LTE, we start to get into 5G, the next generation of technology, which we think will be standardized in about the 2019 timeframe. So operators can start to think about how to deploy 5G in the 2021, 2022 timeframe to take advantage of the really broad band capability that 5G will provide. And by the time we get out to that time frame, we see 5G and 4G being really tightly coordinated together. So all the investments that operators are making and rural operators are making in LTE today, they're going to be able to reuse as we evolve ultimately to 5G over the long-term time horizon.
Makes sense. So obviously then LTE, virtualization, IoT, different variations of LTE, and then moving on to 5G in the 5 to 10 year time frame for now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that also rural operators are looking at the improved revenue growth possibilities from the Internet of Things, and so there's lots of ways they can take a clever advantage of these new technologies that we're going to be introducing to launch their new businesses.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, Glenn, definitely appreciate the insight today. Thanks so much for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.